Hello! Hello! Before I start this video, I would like to address everyone's concerns in the Shredfest video. I have pizza tonight, and it's here, and it's safe, and it's with me, and it was delivered. So, no worrying about pizza from now on. I have faced the pizza delivery demon. Yeah, so title of this video should give away what it's about, but if you don't read, because you don't like it, not because you had some legitimate reason not to be able to read, it is a little tasting video, little wine tasting, because one of my favorite death metal bands, Psycroptic, they are local, Melbourne, I think Tasmanian as well. I think it's like a mix. I know Haley's like from Tasmania. I don't know if they started Psycroptic in Tasmania. Anyway, so Psycroptic, I'll call them a Melbourne band, did a collaboration, like a wine collaboration with Built to Spill Wine. I saw that and I was like, oh shit. So this was during my 5-week dry period, so I wasn't drinking at all for a 5-week period. Doesn't sound like a lot to some of you, but shut up. So yeah, I saw it and I was like, I want it. And here it is. Let me see which. I really, like, this is how it arrived. Look at the fucking box. I'm gonna show you the whole thing, but I'm gonna get Tristan to blur out if there's any visible address. Look at that. It's fucking awesome, right? And it's like all around the box. It's like when you see a long sleeve at a gig and you're like, I really like that long sleeve. And you realize it's 4-sided and you're like, fuck, this is great. It's good feels. I like the amount of effort that they have put into it. Please go easy, dangerous cargo. It's true, because they're bottles of wine. Ah, shit. Handle me with care. Made for lovers. Look at that. Viva Vino, Built to Spill Wine. Nice wine, nice time. It's cool. I like the box. I'm probably going to keep the box for a little bit until it ends up being really annoying for somebody in my household, and then it'll get thrown out, and that's my story. So I'm going to open this now and tell you about the turbulent time that I had in between ordering this and receiving it. Postage was fine. They didn't do anything wrong. Nothing was fucked in that regard. Pretty much what happened is some scam artist tried to fuck me up. I even got it like underneath. What the hell? Look at that. They even got it like under something. That's so much effort. Anyway, so yeah, some PayPal type scam artist pretending to be them. Well, actually, it was kind of sus from the start because they pretended to be a Bandcamp order that I made. And then somehow the title changed. It was really weird. It changed to these guys who sent this. So I had the payment that came out from these guys in full with their title, like their sender title name. And then I had another thing, but 2 payments, which added up to the shipping and the cost of the wine under the same name. And I was like, the fuck, did they like double charge me in a really weird way? Anyway, so I messaged them about it. At first I called PayPal and I tried to call PayPal. It's really fucking hard to call PayPal. And I called Westpac. Both of them said that I had to figure it out with these guys, because I figured it probably wasn't them, but I had to talk to them first, otherwise the other guys would not help me out. Anyway, fucking hell. I mean, this is obviously where you do things. You know what, I'm just gonna take them out. Psycroptic as the kingdom drowns in booze. Anyway, yeah, so I messaged them about it, and they were like, oh, that's really weird. Well, I emailed them a couple times, and for some reason their email came back to my spam. I don't know. Then I messaged them on Facebook when they hadn't replied, so I thought they had actually replied to my email, like, really quickly. But then they responded to me in Facebook Messenger as well, and they were like, oh, that's really weird, we'll go through the thing. They told me there's only one amount that came out, it's totally fine. Yeah, messaged them, they seemed, like, really genuine. There was no double charging. They said, it's probably a scammer. I was like, yeah, probably. Thanks for talking to me anyway. They were really, really nice about it. I then kind of like tried to call the number that my bank, like the title, the fake amounts came out. I tried to call the number attached to that. account, and immediately my phone said scammer. And I'm like, okay, scammer. And then I told them about it, and they were like, oh, that sucks so much. And they were just really cool about it. I don't know why you needed to know that story. I just kind of, you know, 5 stars for customer service from these guys. So if you ever want to deal with them, do it, because they're nice. Even if something's a bit awry. Obviously, again, not their fault, just people trying to scam other people. I got 2 bottles, by the way. This is going back down because I'm just going to get annoyed if I try to get the other bottle out. So yeah, Tristan's here. He is joining. What was that? He's joining me in this tasting, but will remain out of frame as per his own request. Anyway, yep, cool. So, very cool artwork. I hope that this isn't going to be too far out of focus. And that's the other side of the bottle. So it says Built to Spill Wine and Psycroptic with the Psycroptic logo that you can see there. Psycroptic, as the King & Browns ... in booze. That is one of their albums, a fairly popular album. When was that from? 2018, yeah, so like 3 years ago. So it's a 2019 Syrah Cross Sagrantino. So yeah, it's 90% Syrah from Yarra Valley and 10% Sagrantino from Heathcote. So it's a mix or blend over here, predominantly Syrah. It is 13%. That's fairly standard for a wine. It contains minimal sulfites. Why did I not know that already? Sulfites are one of the things that give you a really fucking nasty headache. One of the reasons that I don't drink wine anymore. I used to drink a lot of wine because you could get like $5 bottles. That's why I drank it. I hated wine. I drank it so I would drink slowly, which after 1 or 2 glasses, that doesn't happen anyway. Stupid idea. Don't do that if you're you. Also, because it was $5. This was not $5. I don't remember how much this was. It was like a month ago that I got it. I've been holding off. But yes. So that's... Oh my god, no. It needs a fucking cork opener. I should have bought the fucking thing. I was gonna get this fucking adorable... I don't have a... Do I have a corkscrew? I feel like I don't. I'm gonna get so sad. Alright, so I didn't realize that this was corked instead of screw top, because most wines now, not most wines, but a lot of wines now that you get are screw tops, and it's not. So I was gonna get this fucking adorable bat corkscrew thing from Berserk. I'll put a little picture of it up somewhere, and it was just flippin' adorable, and I was like, oh, I'll get it for the thing even if I don't have to use it. But I didn't end up doing that because I was like, oh, I won't have to use it, I don't want to spend my money. We might have to like get it out with a knife or something. It's not gonna work.
How else to do it? Dude, you gotta be a fucking...
Slap it out with a shoe.
I think I'm getting it.
I heard you. Yay, drumstick. We've tried several methods so far. Well, he has. I've been eating pizza. To remove this bit. Had a little...
New squid.
That bottle tootin'. Holy shit. You got me. So yeah, what I was saying, several methods have been tried. Stabbing it with scissors and pushing it with a wooden thing. That wasn't this. And what was the other one? But it looks like using the drumstick has proved successful. I would have done that, well, gotten him to do it on camera, but it's not, I don't think it's safe to do it on this table. It's kind of like a bit rickety. Drumstick of... Justice. I was gonna say destiny.
I was gonna say reckoning because it was 3 symbols like destiny.
Alright. 2 glassy dudes for 2.
Classy dudes.
That was so much better than what I was gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
Thirsty boys. Oh, fuck off. Dude.
Oh.
Don't come back up this way. Nice full glass. Alright, that's done. So, very nearly didn't make this video, which would have annoyed me a lot. because it took me over 3 hours to get ready because I kept fucking watching friends streaming on Twitch. And like, usually I'm pretty good at just like lurking and not being in the chat if I have to do something. Today I wasn't. I just kept being like, oh, there's all this shit that I want to say. Fuck you, Doig. Fuck you, Jessica. One of the things that you do when you want to be a wine wank, which is to check out the tiers and legs. Tiers or legs. Oh, look at this. Wine, pizza, bananas. Drumstick. One drumstick. So yeah, something that you can do, you kind of like, it that way, bring it back that way. Have a look at whether or not there like are any. You can also do a swirly guy. Like, this is really weird wine for a red. Usually it would be like more, there would be more indication. Anyway, I already kind of know the flavor profile this is supposed to be. I think it was meant to be tobacco, berries, and I'm sure it's on here somewhere. No, it's not. I will Google it. I love this little fun fact they've got here. Lightly Boost produced by Jamsheed is made up of mostly Syrah with a bit of Sagrantino, a grape, which is also an anagram for I aggro Satan. That's a fucking tidbit they have on the website. I love that. Anyway, so yeah, this is information I gave you before from Yarra Valley / Heathcote. It says dark blackberry, a little Port Royal vibe, meaning tobacco, touch of charcuterie. Not sure how you could get that, but
just the board.
The board?
Yeah.
Very plush on the palate, fine blast beat of tannin that keeps everything in place. Fuck tannin. Anyway, I hate tannin. It's one of the reasons I have such a hard time with green tea. Don't like tannins. And why, for the next 5 or so minutes, I'm going to do a little decanting, aerating, kind of a quick one. I don't have a decanter, so I can't decant because especially it's a really young red, so it will be very tanniny. That's probably why they're saying that there. It's like 2 years old, so usually you want to give those like a fair bit of time to breathe. I know I'm sounding like a total tosser right now. I swear I'm not like a super wine wank. I studied it briefly when I was studying hospitality. So there is some stuff I know. Not a huge amount of knowledge, but enough to work in the industry. Not necessarily at a wine bar, but at a bar that serves wine. So a way of going about that if you don't have a decanter, you can just kind of do one of the wankiest things ever. Pull a gal, Satan, swirly swell. Swell for Satan. So I'm going to do that for a bit. Tristan, you should probably do this as well, because otherwise it's going to taste like shit. Anyway. Yeah, so a quick way of doing it is to aerate is to do a wanky swell. That you see people doing in movies. Usually there's no reason to fucking do a swell. Don't swirl your fucking Jack and Coke. Don't do it. All you're doing is making it less carbonated, which actually I like, so I might swirl a Jack and Coke because I don't like carbonated drinks. You could aerate in the bottle, but as the neck is really thin, it won't do very much because there's not actually a lot of aeration going on, which is good for being able to drink wine like a few days. You can drink wine for about a week-ish before it gets shit if you've had it open a fair few times. So that's what's good about the fact that it doesn't aerate particularly quickly when it's in this bottle. That said, it means if you're trying to like aerate it or decant it without the decanter, it's gonna take you a really fucking long time. There's no point doing it. Just do the fucking wanky swirly shit and wait. Honestly, just wait. That's why I don't get about that one episode in How I Met Your Mother where there's those wine wanks when Lily and Marshall have that like kind of relationship with the couple across the hall, and they like say that you have to let the wine breathe, and he just doesn't pour it into anything. He just like sits the bottle there, and I'm like, you're gonna be sitting there waiting for the wine to have breathed. But yeah, so all wines need to breathe to some degree, especially, however, young ones. They need to, otherwise the flavor doesn't really like develop, which like it takes the aeration for the flavor to properly develop. The more you smell, the better you will taste it. And that's what aerating is. It's coming out blah 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 blah. Yeah, if you don't, then you have that really tannin, sharp kind of shit taste that you get when you buy $5 wine for the fact it's $5 wine, and you have social anxiety, so you drink a lot of that wine so you can tolerate being around people without a panic attack sometimes. Yeah, so it tastes like shit, never stopped me, but I'd like to actually taste this properly. In the meantime of swirly guy and weighty guy, I'm going to give you a little info dump about Psycroptic. I already kind of did. It's a local death metal band. They've been around for a really, really long time. They're pretty much giants in the Melbourne scene, at least. Actually, internationally as well, they're pretty fucking famous. Yeah, they've been around since like 2000. So that's over 20 years. They've done international tours, they've done a bunch of shows here, they've played with a bunch of big bands, a bunch of festivals, all that kind of stuff. I reckon you should give them a listen if death metal is your jam, especially if you live in Australia, because they've just had to cancel a bunch of touring in Australia. But I'm sure that as soon as it's a thing again, they'll be bringing that back. That sucks. I think that was like, what was that? It was like a month after we went into lockdown was when they had their show cancelled. Yeah, so Built to Spill Wine, they're a booze store as well as a music store. So they do a lot of like these kinds of booze and artist collabs, as well as just selling a bunch of, I think, records and a bunch of booze. Vinyl, booze, non-alcoholic. They've got merch and gift card stuff. They've got packs and subscriptions. This is not sponsored. That sounds like me giving all this info sounds like I've been sponsored by them. I haven't. Nobody's asked me to do this. I saw it of my own accord and wanted to make this video. I kind of want to read out this whole thing because it's really funny, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to read this one quote by Jason from Psycroptic. He says, "I'd love to be able to tell you all about the hints of this and that you can taste in our wine, but I know nothing about wine, but I do know that this wine tastes great and could be paired well with a couple of bongs and a feed of pizza," which I had not read that quote before I got my pizza. That was purely by chance. Alright, went out and had a cigarette to give it more time to chill out. Usually I wouldn't do this with wine, I would just drink the damn thing, but I want to see what this actually tastes like. In the meantime, it has chilled out, and now when I do swirly guy, there actually are Tia Leggy boys forming. I'm not sure if you can't see it. Doesn't matter, I'll tell you what they look like. I just gotta let them settle for a bit. So that's like the difference between freshly opening it and giving it a second, is you actually get these guys. Get a better read of the wine. So very slow, thick tears, boy. It's not gonna be super alcoholic, and it's not gonna be super like dry. It's gonna probably be on the sweeter side. I don't know. The color is beautiful. I love wines that look like this. Like you can barely see through it. It's so dark, which is fitting. Oh, we've got more teary boys.
Can't see any tears because I'm blind as fuck.
You wanna look at mine? They look very cool. They look like those chokers that you get that have like the blood drips, you know?
I think I'm just shit at swallowing wine.
Maybe. But yeah, so color really cool. It's like a super dark burgundy, slightly pinkish in certain lights, but not really. I'll put it up to the light. That's how you know that's a fucking thick dark boy.
Wait a minute.
Is you put it up to the light and you can barely fucking see through it. Like, barely at all. It's like the abyss. This wine is the void, alright? So, again, really fitting, really fitting. Yeah, like, such a dark red. I love it. I love when wines look like that. I don't like it, like, not gonna get into it. Alright, so that's tears, legs, and color. Another thing that you do is see what it's like on the nose. So you do a little swirly boy, then you do a little smelly boy. It still smells like it would have a lot of tannins, but I'd say that that's mostly because it's so young. Like, it's 2 years old. It's a baby.
You can smell my beer over on the table.
You have a weird sense of smell. Very acute. Do you want to do a little cheersy boy before we do a sippy sip? I'm gonna do another sniffy sniff, see if I can get anything that isn't tanning. Yeet. It's got that berry, you can smell that. I can't really smell the tobacco. I might be able to taste it more than I can smell it though.
Like, what the fuck are the legs?
When it's leg, it's like full down. When it's tear, it's when it's little tears.
Oh.
It's pretty much just the way that it looks and behaves as it goes down. I think I'm gonna like the taste of this. Because it's like berries, but it's not that annoying, like super fruity kind of berries smell that you can get sometimes. So I don't think this is going to be overpoweringly fruity. That might be because it's blackberries, but probably because they tried to make it like a richer, deeper kind of thing with the tobacco and all that. Anyway, sippy sip time. So much tannin, again, because of how young it is. And they even mention it in the description that it's tanniny to keep it balanced. It might do better if I decant it more, but I'm not going to.
Keep it cunted.
Keep it canted. That said, very drinkable, even with the tannins, which I don't usually like, which you can feel more than you can taste with this. It's when you have that kind of like when you drink green tea and you've got that like roughness on your tongue. Then you, like if you put it on the roof of your mouth, you can kind of feel a slight like dryness, roughness. That's tannin shit. You maybe? Yeah. Me and Tristan both studied it together. I'm not telling you, I'm trying to tell you guys.
I can't tell if I can taste and smell the hints of tobacco or if that's just because I had a cigarette just before.
Yeah, it probably doesn't help that we had cigarettes. I think I kind of get...
I think I get the feel of it and not the flavour of it, if that makes sense.
So this is another thing with wine. What can you like taste when you've sipped it and you breathe in?
Yeah.
Because that's another way of getting how it is. And I think I can kind of get the tobacco thing when it's breathing in from my mouth. Because it's a bit like I've had a cigarette. Which you can also get with some whiskies. That kind of thing. Oh man, that sip tasted like something really specific. I think in regard to like, would I just drink this willy-nilly? Yes. And I don't feel that way about a lot of wines. But that said, I think it's the perfect wine for me to try because it is meant to be. Well, if it were a little older, I'd probably prefer it. But yeah, because I don't like super light reds. It does have that sweetness that I could tell was going to happen with the Tiwi Leggy boys. It's not like a super bitter wine or anything like that, which is good because I just don't like those. I don't like really sharp wines. I like kind of sweeter ones. Like this is, I mean, it's nowhere near a port, but it's kind of got that feel to it. Like you could quite easily drink this just and enjoy it. I think if it had slightly less of that mouthfeel, like that tannin mouthfeel, I would enjoy it more. But yeah, I think I should come up with a rating system. Okay, so 1 to 10, probably put it at about an 8. Like, especially for how young it is and the fact that it was like a collaboration between a band that, like, from what I can tell, at least from that quote, done no dick about about wine. So probably didn't have a whole lot of like input into like the notes in the mouth feel and anything more than like make it dark and smoky.
They made the wine that I would make. I'm like, make it alcoholic. Not too alcoholic. And add tobacco.
Oh my god, it's reminding me of something so specific. I want to say cloves, but it's not cloves. Like, I don't think it has, like, clove in it. But it's got, like, it's a sweet, smoky kind of thing. Which is what makes me think cloves, but it doesn't taste like cloves. But it's got, like, a sweet, smoky kind of taste to it, in my opinion. And something I learned when I was studying wine is that whatever you pick up on is right, kind of. Like, there's, like, if you taste it and you smell it, you don't have to be a fucking sommelier to be like, this is what I personally taste and smell in this wine, right?
Like that one that I smelled that smelled like wet dog, and the teacher was like, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah. You were like, what? And he's like, well, it's just whatever you fucking, that's what it is to you.
Could have literally just said dicks.
Yeah.
And he would have been like, yeah.
Yeah. What did I say earlier? Imagine saying mate with a dick in your mouth. Amazing. Yummy. Yeah. The only thing annoying me about it is the tannin mouthfeel. That's it. Other than that, pretty happy with it. Now, last fucking bit is how does it linger? Do you think that it lingers for a long time? Because that's the thing that you do with wines. Because there's colour, there's tears, leggy, boys, which I kind of put into one because it's the same process. Nose, taste, mouthfeel, and then how long it kind of lingers in your mouth. I'd say about medium. I don't think it stays there for a long time, but it's not fucking off immediately. Why are you laughing at me? I hate you.
I'm not laughing at you.
What are you laughing at?
Just trying really hard not to say it lingers better if it's got cranberries.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I think this would be really good pizza. I'm really glad that I read that quote now. Because I'm going to suss it. I love the coincidental nature of it. If only we had a bomb, you know?
It's a banana.
I'm not doing a banana bomb. With what, tobacco? Oh, Baku banana bomb?
Sounds like
BBB.
Yeah, that sounds like a fucking metal band.
Baku banana bomb.
Sounds like one of those like garage metal bands from Brisbane.
That's amazing.
Grindcore, obviously.
Yeah, where every song's about 45 seconds.
Oh, Jesus, what is this, a fucking novel?
No. But you're gonna be like, what is this?
Bell Witch?
No, fucking Summer. Yeah, no, I think like, what, 20 seconds, maybe?
Okay. I don't know, I feel like most grindcore songs have been like a minute.
A lot of bands that we played with over the years that were just
I believe.
like 20 seconds songs.
20-second songs. 10-second songs, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. Both of us were like, 20-second songs! That's a reference, what is it? Oh shit. That's how you know I like a wine, is that I go in for more, like
Wine.
less than a minute after my last sip. If I don't like a wine, it'll kind of just sit there for ages. I started on Pinot Noirs when I started drinking wine, and it was literally just because it had noir in the name. I was like, oh, this is cool and kind of gothy. No, it's not. It's a very light, fruity wine, and I don't like it.
I had it because it had peen in the name.
I believe it. What are your thoughts?
What's your shirt?
Oh my god. Hex Rain. It's another extreme metal band from Melbourne that I have two friends in. Black metal. If you're interested, check them out. Oh, also, the story behind this shirt. I think I've told you. I haven't told you because you're one person. One person on three legs. One of them is a penis. This was the last shirt of this design that they had when I was doing merch for them one time at this... Well, I was doing merch for the whole festival, but one of the vocalist, Karma, was running in the festival. It was a Sunday session, so it's like a big afternoon, long gig. I think it went for like 9 hours or something. No, probably not that long. I don't know how long it was. It was pretty long. But it was like an afternoon thing at this venue we used to have called the Brunny. There was a big, not explosion, it was like a water valve thing blew up directly under the Brunny. It got flooded and there was like no way that it could remain open, which sucked. But yeah, this is the last design of this shirt, and at the end of the day, and they had like a new shirt coming, a new shirt design coming. At the end of the day, Karma was just like, hey, do you want this on top of your pay? And I was like, yes I do, because I really like the design. If anything, like, I think I like it better than the new design, but the new design's cool too. So I'm really glad that I have this shirt. It's a nice little piece of history. Is there anything you want to say about the wine?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a wine person, but it tastes good to me. I like the smell.
What do you like about the smell?
I like the fact that I get some of the same sort of hints that I get from stuff like Auchentoshan. And
Smoky shit?
yeah, a bit of that. And the taste is good. The sweetness isn't overwhelming, or the bitterness isn't overwhelming. It's that the whole taste in general just isn't overwhelming.
Yeah, it's well balanced, hey?
Yeah, I can't tell if it's because, like, it's just not super strong, or if it's because I fucked my taste buds from smoking so much.
I don't think it's overpowering, yeah. Like, it's not like one of those wines that you kind of like have some and you're like, it doesn't have the hurl effect, which I like. Some wines have that where you just like kind of start feeling sick as soon as you start drinking it. Alright, nom nom nom. I like this wine. I think I would like it better if it was a little bit older. I'm probably not going to keep the other bottle for a really long time so that it becomes older. Or should I?
No.
Okay. Oh, is this because you want to drink more of it? Do you want to come back here? Do a little wave for people?
Somehow.
It's kind of hard to get back here. Here he comes, wearing my Archspire shirt. Right, there you are. What are you doing? You doing little bunny ears? Okay. I don't think you were doing bunny ears.
Shit is swirling wine.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, you're just like... Yeah, so I definitely, like, just smelling that just now, I 100% suggest letting it sit for a little bit, at least. I think we let it sit for, like, all up, like, 20 minutes.
Maybe.
Alright, so it is... What time? Almost 3 in the morning. I am going to reheat this pizza because actually it's pretty good cold, but I think it would probably be better warm. And it wasn't because I wanted to make this video for you. And then I got fucking impatient during the video and just started eating it anyway, which ended up being kind of beautiful.
Kind of.
Anyway, Thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you check out Psycroptic, check out Built to Spill Wine. I don't know if they ship internationally, but they ship around Australia, and a lot of you are Australian, not all of you, not even most of you. But yeah, I'll leave like websites and all that shit down in the description. Wine is a good 8. I'm gonna give it 8.5 out of 10, actually. I should let people know I never give anything a 10 out of 10. I just don't do that. I have a weird thing, I can't do it. Yeah, links to this collab, not a collab with me, collab with Psycroptic and Build a Spill Wine. The wine and the band and the booze place, I will put links. My social media links will also be there. And yeah, thank you for watching me drink wine and be a bit of a wanker, honestly. And thank you for Tristan for being a part of this video, because I wanted you to be. Yeah, if you have any like suggestions for like other band booze collabs that you'd like me to check out, I know that there are several. I still haven't tried Trooper by Iron Maiden, like the beer, so put them in the comments section if you'd like me to check those out, because I miss having a job. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I lost my job over the lockdown. I do have something lined up for when lockdown finishes, but it's been a bummer not being behind the bar. So, yeah, let me know. Good job on the wine, Psycroptic and Built to Spill Wine. And thank you for being legends, both band and business. Bye! Why would I do it like that?
Put in the wine, the thing.
Om.